Hello, WooConf 2017. Hello, Seattle. It's very nice to be here and a big pleasure for me to stay here on the stage with all those beautiful speakers. Thank you for the invitation. Yeah, my name is Kevin Eulenberg, and I'm a front-end developer and user interface designer located in Hamburg, Germany. And I'm also a co-founder of a little company called Frux. And we create cool web apps for e-learning, e-commerce solutions, and we always try to provide good user experiences to our clients and to their customers. I also love making music, especially electronic music and music with my band. And I love to travel. And I started working with WordPress in 2010, the very first time. And I collected my first experiences with WooCommerce in 2013 when I created a little shop for an online delivery service. And yeah, this was a really good feeling to collect this experience. And I also love using plugins in WordPress, and I think this is the most powerful feature which WordPress provides us, and it shapes the character of the open source community where we get the chance to share our code with other people out there. So, and today I want to introduce you to my latest project. It's called Canvasco. And Canvasco is creating unique handmade bags. And the material consists of sailing cloth. So it's very unique, and it was a cool project for us. And this was also the project which I chose for the application for the Golden Ticket this year. And you can read more for this project on my latest post on Medium, if you like. But today I want to show you one of the core features we have implemented to the page, and it's called the bag configurator. And I would say, let's jump in and take a look at it. So here's the interface. The first step when you go to the bag configurator page is you can select your desired model between 8 different types of bags. And for example, we choose the custom bag L as the classic bag of Canvasco, and now we're jumping in a 3-step configuration mode. And in the first step, you are able to select the color of your bag. So you can click through, and directly on the right side, you can see the changes. In the second step, you can select the color of your strap. And when you click Next, then you come into the application mode. There you'll be able to put some applications to your bag, and you can easily move it around in an HTML5 canvas element. And yeah, you can select your illustrations, letters, or numbers. And you can easily move them around, colorize them, move in the layers up and down. And yeah, it provides a very good user experience. It's easy, it's guided, and it works also on mobile. It's cool. So you can, on the go, create your own bag and order it. So and when you say, okay, I changed my mind, I want to change the color again, so we can always go back to the first step and select the color you like to use for your bag. So in the last step, you are able to download a screenshot of your bag, or you can directly put it to your cart. So, and it's not a secret, I want to tell you that we use the plugin for it, and it's called the Fancy Plugin Designer. And I want to give you a look to the interface of the Fancy Plugin Designer. And here you can see the basic functions of this plugin. And how you can recognize it. It looks totally different from our version. And we have done some modifications to it. So we changed the whole layout, removed some functionalities, fixed some bugs, and make it work our way. So, and today I want to discuss the problem with you. Everyone knows it. It's a daily struggle for a developer who's choosing a good plugin for his shop. And the thing is, there are tons of quality plugins outside, but also plugins which not so well. And I made a mistake when I was starting to develop the code for the Fancy Plugin, for the product designer. I spent a lot of time and wasted a lot of time because in the end, I wasn't able to recognize that there are a lot of other things I have to keep in mind. So when you choose for a plugin, maybe you can use it as a good base for your modifications. And I think this is a good step to think, okay, what can we do with it? But before we decide to buy a plugin or to choose a free plugin, I want to point out what you can get. So the first thing is you should always be aware of it. You buy long-term developed features. You buy tested features. And by the way, if the plugin exists more than 2 years in the market, so chances are good that you buy quality stuff. But it depends. So you will get premium support. You will get access to the community. And yeah, if the developer is nice, is reliable, so you will always get frequent updates. For example, when you think, yeah, there's, for example, a plugin directly from WooCommerce. So you know it's reliable. They're coming frequent updates, so what are you waiting for? And some developers provide you feature requests, put some feature requests. This is also nice because you can get features with the next version of an update of a plugin. You don't have to program it by yourself, so it's very nice. So, thank you. Sounds good, right? Okay, and this is my personal plugin decision process I want to point out today. And yeah, but I don't want to confuse you. I would say, let's start at the very beginning. And there's always research in the beginning. So you should definitely do research. And the first thing you have to keep in mind is define the scope of features. Talk to your client. Ask so many questions as necessary to figure out what he really wants. And bring in your own mind. Bring in your own ideas to the discussion to point out everything you need to develop a good product. Research and compare demos. There are a lot of demos outside today, and you will find a lot of plugins, but you can test them, and this is really nice. So, and when you find a good plugin, always considering alternatives. So don't be so fast with your decision process. Take your time. This is a very important part. So what if you say, yes, we want to buy a plugin? So I collected, some points for a checklist for myself. And the first point is, does the feature scope cover your needs? So time to put out the checklist and to compare the features of the plugin and how many basic features are matching with the plugin you want. Second is it recently and frequently updated? I think a good example is this plugin by Jetpack. It's last updated 6 days ago, and it's compatible with the current version of WordPress. So this is nice. So it's a good indicator for a nice plugin. And does the plugin cover your browser metrics? This is also a very important part because when there is the day of the deployment, you don't want to say, oh no, there was a special browser. It doesn't work. Okay, let's go next. Not only browsers, but there are also so many different devices today. So does it run well on mobile? Before you buy the plugin, check it on your smartphone, check it on your tablet. And yeah, I think when it works, it's definitely a good sign. So is a developer reliable? Also a good question. And you can figure it out by checking these comments below. When you see it, example for different markets, you can see how many sales are placed already. And yeah, but keep care, some comments are a bit disturbing. And another big thing is when you think about modifications. This is the point where you always take a look at the code and ask yourself, is the code clean and maintainable? And especially you want to start to do making some modifications, check out that there are not only compiled files like minify.js, JavaScript files, for example. So it's always a nicer way when you start directly in the uncompiled files to do your modifications, especially if you want to run the plugin in the front end. So, okay, but you can go the other way. Say, no, I do it my way. It's no problem, you can do it. Maybe you can do it with a few lines of codes. And yeah, there are also very good hooks and filters you can use by WooCommerce or solutions you can make use of. And you don't need always a plugin, so it's no problem. But when you choose to go your own way, always keep in mind that there are a lot of other things you have to think about. For example, what about updates? Is it maintainable in future? What is when the next major update comes out? And yeah, always keep it in mind. But now we want to go a step further. Let's talk about modifications. Whether you call it extending new features or customizing existing features. When we take a look at the fancy product designer plugin, so in the first look, we recognize it. It provides us a lot of basic features we can use for our own modifications. So the things what it can do, it does it well. It does it really well. So why not put some modifications to it to improve the user experience? And now we come to the first point, why you should modifying. You can expand the user experience. You can make it better, feel better. You can change the look of the plugin. And it's also a smart alternative to start somewhere. You don't have to do it from scratch. You can also fix existing bugs they maybe came across with other plugins or maybe with the plugin itself. Everyone knows it if you're running a big plugin-driven environment in your WooCommerce environment. And don't be sad if there pop up some bugs. You can fix it, so you can access the code. So what are you waiting for? And the last one is you learn a lot. So for myself, when I start working with other plugins, I saw their architectures, I saw good code, I saw bad code, and I was able to learn from it. So other developers were my teacher. And this was a nice experience when I first stepped into the world of WooCommerce and WordPress. And by the way, when you have the chance to do some modifications, you can make the plugin more slim. And every developer knows it when you install a plugin and it loads unnecessary assets, for example, fonts or scripts, JavaScripts you don't need. So you can remove it. And especially in the front end, you can definitely increase the speed of your website. So, but let's go a step back. Before we say yes, we buy the plugin. We should always ask ourselves, does it provide us good basic functionalities to us? If yes, can we customize it? Can we extend it? Can we put some modifications on it to make it better than start from scratch? And in the end, there's always the deployment day, when you have to show it to your customer, and maybe the relaunch day, and let me call it the moment of truth. And before deployment, every time you should definitely check and test your plugin's modifications with care. This is a very important part. And especially if you're developing a plugin in the front-end side, it's important that there are no negative impacts on the front-end side. So no loading times, bad performance issues. And in the end, is your modification bulletproof, safe for future updates? So if you're not a developer, as a plugin extension developer, you should definitely know how to make it bulletproof safe, what child themes are for, and then you are good to go. WooCommerce is a growing community, and you should help to make it grow. And for me, when I was looking for a solution for my problem, I was checking it. I found a ticket on GitHub, a lot of comments from other developers, and I saw them, but I was a ghost reader for a time, so I wasn't really in the situation to give feedback. And this was a big mistake. And everyone can be a part of the community just by giving feedback. You don't have to be the developer or special designer. Everyone can give feedback if something works or not. And a lot of developers, I think, can benefit from to solve their problems. WooCommerce is a growing community full of talented people, skilled people, people with a lot of experiences, and they are able to share their experiences with you. And you can do it too. Thank you very much.